Good Morning Gwinnett presents the Friday Morning Mingle, the show hosted by the women of the Thrive Tribe, sponsored by the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce. Check out the ladies every Friday morning at 10 a.m. as they talk about their real life as an entrepreneur. If you miss an episode, be sure to go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past shows. Sit back and enjoy.
Look, there goes something else happening. Listen, this is Friday Morning Mingle, and this is our second episode, and we have had all kind of challenges this morning.
Well, welcome to technology world. That's just how it is.
Right.
Roll with the flow. Yeah, you're still like, I don't know what's going on with your screen today, or.
Well, we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling until she gets back on with us. As she said, we don't know what's going on, but you know what? Because we are entrepreneurs, we are here, baby. Hello. Welcome to everyone that's listening, to everybody that's watching. Welcome to the Friday Morning Mingle. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, ladies.
Listen,
good morning, world.
I need some of what she had because I'm over here stressing out. So I'm the person that's normally stressing out behind the scene. Like, oh my God, what's wrong? Like the internet keep blinking in and out. Like, let me tell y'all something. This is the part of the entrepreneur life. Letitia and I just left for breakfast. We just left the Breakfast Club breakfast, and awesome. We got caught up coaching a young lady who just started crying at the event because she was doing something that she really didn't love and she was under pressure. It was hard for us to get up and leave. But we had to rush, and then I had the nerve to get behind construction. So go figure. That's why this is the second version of the Friday Morning Mingle for today. The first version is about 3 minutes long.
But again, because we are all business women, we know how to pivot. We know how to keep it moving.
We better know how to pivot, girl. Lord.
And just keep it going. And that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing.
I've been pivoting for 29 years. So
I'm gonna need you to stop. You've been pivoting. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take that pivot and just plant your feet somewhere.
Well, like you said, life happens. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to keep figuring out how to get around stuff. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
And we all still here standing, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
I'm still standing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still standing. Yeah, I'm messing up somebody's song.
I know. If you don't know, me and Audrey are really song and music buffs. We really like to sing a lot of stuff, but it's all good.
Yeah. I remember I used to work at a hospital, right?
While y'all are song and movie buffs, I quote movies all day long.
That is hilarious.
All day long she does it, y'all. And there's one that she say, I can't even say it on here because we try to have a family show, but it's hilarious. And I was telling somebody about it the other day, and they were like, oh yeah, I know that movie. I was like, yeah, she say that all the time. I can't even tell y'all because it's not not PG, so I can't tell y'all what it is.
Yeah, it's not. It's another side of me that it sometimes comes out, but because I am a professional, I definitely do all I can to not allow that to come out. But we all have layers, and that's a great thing. Anyone that says that they're one-dimensional, they are. That's very far in between. But most people have different layers of themselves, and of course, as business women, it depends on the type of client that you're working with at the moment. Depends what layer that you're given. That's how it is. Yep. And so, which is why we say, being an entrepreneur, it ain't for the weak at all. As the late, great David Arnold, rest in peace, used to say all the time. I loved his show. He would always say, it ain't for the weak. And he is absolutely correct. He was saying it in regards to family and marriage, of course. But I say that in life in general. So rest in peace to the great David Arnold. He was a great, great comedian. I loved his show that he had with his wife and his daughters. He definitely is truly missed.
Very cool.
Yeah, we it's so funny because talk about pivot. We were at the Breakfast Club. So the Gwinnett Breakfast Club. If you missed it, you always miss a good breakfast at Peachtree Cafe. We do it once a month, the second Friday of each month. We meet up at 8:00. Again, full house over there. Shout out to Peachtree Cafe for always being so hospitable to us and our group. So we had a packed house again today. We had to pull up chairs as always, but there was a young lady there and she was really struggling with her business. Now we've met her before. She pitched in our pitch competition back in December, and she actually got two investors that were looking at her company. So she showed up today and she was talking about moving into a location, and we were telling her, that's a lot of her overhead was extremely high, and she's just starting out. And now what was interesting is her business is thriving on Etsy. And I'm like, well, just scale that part, like forget the overhead, scale the Etsy part, right? Yeah. And she was saying she has so many orders on Etsy, so they have to turn Etsy off. I'm like, wow, that's a good problem.
That's a great problem, right?
So what her was scale was working. Don't worry about going into a brick and mortar, because when you go into a brick and mortar, you're going to sign a lease. You're going to be liable for that lease. It's going to be a lot of overhead. And not only that, she was the amount of money she was talking is okay. Hold on a minute. Ebony needs to think. It's in your email. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Me coming. The amount of money that she was going to be paying was just astronomical for a startup who had no capital. So let me just put that part out there. And she was looking for an investor. How much do you need? I need between this and this. Not good when you talk to an investor, which is interesting though. She had an investor sitting directly in front of her. I didn't say that to her, but he's an investor. Like he was sitting right in front of her. And so I'm telling her, like, and I didn't put his business out there, but I know he's an investor because we talk a lot. We talk at our meetups and stuff, and he's told me that he's an investor in other businesses. So when she said that, and I said, you don't know who investors could be. He was actually sitting directly in front of her. He's an investor. Wow. But because when I asked her how much money are you looking for, she was like, between this and this. That's not good for an investor. So what Letitia said to her is, you need to put a plan in place, which is true. But what was interesting about the whole thing was that she just broke down and she just couldn't stop crying. Like she stopped crying for a second and she started back crying again. And she said to us, this is not my passion.
Wow.
Isn't that something? So you're putting in all this time, right, all this effort, all this sweat equity into building something that you absolutely do not love doing, And so our whole thing to her is that before we even knew that, we already told her that with you getting this extremely high overhead, you're going to not love what you're doing at all at some point, because you're doing and you're working from stress. So Audrey made a point. She was like, and even though you may not realize it, when you're cooking, that people are going to be able to taste that stress because that's the mood that you're in. Not realizing that before we even got there, she doesn't love it anyway.
Right. Yeah.
She doesn't love it anyway. So she started telling us about all these other great things. And it was like, oh my God, this young lady is amazing. Using Ebony's term, she has a lot of other talents. She is very, very smart, very gifted. So the great thing with her is being so blessed is that she really, as we talk about pivot, she can pivot into something else and be successful.
Yes.
But the key to that is, which is why I went back to her, is that you have to figure out what you love
what you want to spend your time on.
That, but you also had to have a plan, because no matter what, the same thing that you're having to do to build this other business, you're going to have to do it for your passion as well. So you got to get really clear with what that looks like.
What that looks like, yeah.
And we talk about all the time, the two things is the money and the marketing. If the money is not right, you're not going to be able to market. But you cannot have one without the other. So you got to get clear on what that plan looks like, and you got to work that plan and continue to work that plan.
But is that where she's getting what she doesn't like, what she's doing and she doesn't like or have passion for? Is that where she's getting most?
Likes it. No, she definitely does like it, but it's not what she loves. It is not her passion at
but
all.
It's where she's getting the most of her money from.
But because she's not,
it's where she's not
the passion. So that's why. That's her focus. So and she could very well get the money, and even more so if she's feeding the passion, but she's not, because she is focusing on, as we say, I don't know if she's focusing on it because of the money or because of other factors.
Yeah, you probably that would have been a good question though to ask her that. That would have been a good question to ask her that, because
and that's why we were.
I think she didn't. Yeah, I think she probably doesn't even know where she's, you know what I'm saying, why she's doing it, because at some point, if you are making a lot of money, you're going to get caught up in the fact that I'm making money. So obviously you're going to think, okay, this is the best thing for me to do because I'm making money, because that's what, when we're business owners, we look to make money. I mean, so she has to know why she's doing what it is that she's doing. I mean, again, and me or you used to talk about this too. A lot of times, you run to people who are amazing artists and he could draw and could do a lot of amazing things. And we're like, hey, do that as a business again. And they're like, yeah, well, you know what? I can do this, but it's not something I'm really passionate about, even though you have this creativity to be really good at that. And that's probably where she's stuck at, because, she knows that she could do it and she likes it. And people probably said, hey, do that because you can make money. And now she's doing it, making money, and realize, well, yeah, I got a great, I'm really skilled at it, but it's not something I really want to do at the end. So it's kind of hard to, like you said, it is really kind of hard to pivot from that if you are earning money, because the basic part of being a business owner too is making money, but it's also making money doing what you love. Right. So she has to figure that out.
We don't even know if she wants to do what she's doing as a business.
Right.
That's the other key to it. A lot of times, she may just want to be, a contractor or a freelancer or whatever, to have that freedom and flexibility. But like I said, again, the great thing about being in these type of settings is that you get an opportunity to get mix and mingle with a lot of different people.
Yes, exactly.
Ways of thinking. At the same time, you don't get that really one-on-one. So, hopefully that she got enough information, which I feel like she did,
right,
where she can now go home and really look and rethink what she's doing.
Yes.
Now be able to reach out, because she got a lot of information, a lot of contacts to reach out and have these one-on-one conversations to be able to help her to now figure out where she wants to go and what to do with that.
Yeah, that's great. But that's what we do, though. That's what we do.
That's what we do. That's what GWC is all about. Is what we do.
Yeah.
Ebony, darling. Welcome. Yes. Turn your phone horizontal. That's what that was me calling you saying, hey, turn your phone horizontal. It's like me. There you go. Trying to wait for Lucretia to get back on too. It was interesting too, because it was a gentleman in the room, and I heard him tell her, you got to look at what's paying the bills, right? This is what he says to her. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, but here's the thing. That's why she's crying.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's why she's crying. And so, but I think that's how men think. Like, they will forfeit passion to pay the bills. And then here we are struggling, paying the bills, and we're forfeiting passion.
Right.
So he said to her, right now you got to see what's bringing in the money. And she's sitting there crying like, it's bringing in the money, but I don't like it.
I don't want to do it. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And so that's more stressful. So, and you have to, for me personally, right? And I've heard people say that before. Like, I've been in meetings where they's like, nah, screw passion. You got to think about the money. And I'm thinking, yeah, that can
only sustain you for so long.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At some point, it's not, if it's not really part of your soul. And I know, again, like you said, even people who are listening, or watching us, some of them are thinking, well, great, I do things that I'm passionate about, I'm not making money, or the opposite, I'm doing things that don't make, that is making money and I'm not passionate about. But at the end of the day, you have to figure out what's going to be more sustainable for you in the end, because your soul, honestly, really is still going to come through no matter what it is that you do.
Right.
And if you're finding yourself not doing the thing that you're really passionate about, then honestly, she's at the point where the money really is probably not going to benefit her. What I mean? It's not beneficial to her, because she really is just kind of sucking her soul away. You know what I mean? And nobody needs that. You know what I'm saying? You live a life, and you really should find things that you're really passionate about and put that into what it is that you do. Because I think, like Letitia was saying, it's going to take the same amount of effort. You know what I mean? It's still going to take the same amount of effort, even if you are passionate about something. It's still going to take the same amount of effort to build that and to market it. But at the same time, you are in a space where you feel good about what you're doing, and it's more sustainable.
And the other thing too, y'all, this is what I would say, because I think Letitia touched on this when we were at the cafe. Whenever things go wrong, the first thing you want to do is cut your accounting person and cut your marketing person. Those are the first thing you cut. Those are the things those are the services you need the most. You should never cut marketing. What you should do is cut other stuff and figure out how to double down on marketing and make sure your books are tight all the time. But those are the I mean, I'm paying $300 for this, but I mean, I don't even see what they're doing anyway, because you know, I haven't really seen return on it. And then the other thing too, know exactly what it is you're getting. Because I ask people right now, what are you trying to do? For me, I'm all about brand building, right? And that's a difference. So when you look at marketing service, you got marketing, you got sales, you got advertising, and you got branding. All different. People think they're all the same. They are all different. Every last one of them. You're gonna pay for all of them, but you need to understand what the outcome is going to be for all of them.
Right.
And so for sales, you're looking for the money to come in for sales. For marketing, you're looking for more of, this is what I do, this is who I am. But branding, you're trying to build this thing that people recognize around the world. When you hear the thing Kellogg's, when you hear Tide, when you hear McDonald's, you hear Taco Bell, you hear Dunkin', you may not have ever eaten a Taco Bell.
You see the cow, you already
you
know
see the cow, you know it's Chick-fil-A. Right? That's branding.
That's branding.
You want people to be able to recognize your brands everywhere. And when you think about advertising, you're going to pay to show up. Right? You're going to pay to show up on somebody's platform. So you need to understand that they're all different and you need all of them.
Yes.
Now, I will say this. If you're not trying to build a brand, then you don't need me, because I'm talking about getting you mass exposure. But you may say, you know, I want sales. Then you need to pay somebody that's going to market you so they can get you sales. Or you need to pay for advertising so they can get you advertising. That still don't mean that you're gonna get sales. Understand that. I remember talking to somebody one time, and we were talking about PR, and they were paying an astronomical amount of money for PR, right? And they was like, but I'm not making any sales. And I'm like, PR is not meant to get you sales. It's meant to get you exposure. And it's like, what do you mean? Because exposure doesn't necessarily mean sales. It means exposure. PR is meant to get you exposure. So whoever your PR person is, their job is to get you seen. Now it's up to the people to see to look at what you say or what you're saying and what they're saying. Say, okay, yeah, I want to become a customer, but that's not the publicist's job. The publicist's job is to get you exposure. Right. That's what the publicist's job is. And a lot of times people get all that stuff confused, and it can be confusing because they think it's all one thing. They lump it all together, but here again, the first thing they cut is all of that. Well, I'm cutting it all. I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to do this, and cut the most important things. Right. Yeah. So,
but you just said two very, in my opinion, two very, very critical things. One is you broke down the different forms of marketing and advertising and branding, what that looks like, right? And so you broke down also what you can get from that. What I feel in my profession, what I see a lot of times is that while you may be good at in this situation, you're good at baking. You can bake anything with your eyes closed, but you're terrible at the business side. So you have no idea what actually is helping you to make money. You don't know whether I should brand, whether I should market, whether I should have a PR. You don't know whether I should spend money on this particular campaign so I can get a lot of sales. You don't know whether or not, I've baked these type of goods, but I'm only making this amount of money on cakes, this amount of money on cookies, et cetera, et cetera. You don't really know that. And I tell people all the time, it's okay that you don't know, because again, you can only do what you're good at, but it is not okay for you to not be able to hire people that is great in those areas to help you. And this is why it is so critical. You do not need to not have an accountant or someone to help you with your finances, because a good accountant, a good person who is good with finances, is going to help you break all those numbers down. Now, they may not be able to take you from the perspective of which way to market and advertise. That may be out of their wheelhouse. Most of the times it is. But what they can say is, based off of your numbers, what you want to make, we can put aside $10,000 to be able to put in these areas. So now let's go and get someone who is good in that area, and you have the money there for it. So that's why it's so key that goes together. But at the end result, you have to do something that you are passionate about, regardless. All of this is a mute conversation if you don't like what you do, because it's going to drain your energy. Yep. You're going to be stressed out, and you're going to be on Ebony's couch telling her why you need to be changing your mindset She's gonna sit there and help you relax, relate, release.
But here's my thought. Here's my thought with that part. And I was going to bring this up. You need to be on every couch right now. Like, because here's the thing. You're out there trying to figure it all out by yourself. Listen to this one and listening to that one. And this one say, dude, somebody has told her, hey, they're building up down in Atlanta. You need to go down there right now. And I was like, look around you. They're building up everywhere in the metro. So not only will you have to travel to Atlanta every single day, you got to be in traffic coming, be in traffic going. Then you got to go down there to do something. You need to be with Ebony right now. So Ebony can put you on the right track. She can coach you through the process right now. And that's another thing. They don't want to hire a coach.
They don't want to hire. They don't want to hire.
I can probably, now I'm not saying all coaches are great, but I can tell you this.
Right.
When people don't want to do the work that the coach assigned them, it's the coach's fault. I had a client one time, y'all. I gotta tell y'all this story. It was hilarious. She was in North Carolina. I was in Jersey. She was making a stuffed animal. It was a purple bear, some kind of bear. It was purple, right? Every week I would give her an assignment, and she would never do the assignment. She finally came back one week and she said, "You know, my mother said that the bear is evil because it's purple." And I was like, "Excuse me?" She said, "Yes, I think I'm not going to do the company because my mother said that the bear is demonic because, you know, it's purple and it's a bear." And I was like, okay. Because at the end of the day, you wasting your money and my time. And this, I had not heard of. I was like, really? That sounds so stupid to me. And it could have very well have been the truth. But my guess is that she didn't realize how much work it was going to take to bring that bear to life and put it into the market. She thought I got a bear and I'm just going to do the bear. No. That's not what you now it's a lot more simpler. But back then, trying to get a bear manufactured in China and all these things, and you can't go to China, it was a lot of work. She said, my mother said the bear's evil because it's purple. And I'm like, is she kidding me? She's kidding me right now, right? But she was dead serious. And I was like, you know what? Okay, you need to be working with a coach. If you don't know what you're doing, you need to be y'all heard me blink that out. You need to be working with a coach so the coach can guide you. And here's the thing: work with a coach. If you don't understand what they're doing or then find a new coach. But you need a coach. Like she sat there and I was saying to myself, she needs a coach.
But you know, a lot of times, I think when people think about working with coach, one of the issues I believe is that it's just some personal thing, right? I've had my own clients too, but what I understand is that when people think about doing coaching, they don't want to have to, like you said, do the personal work because it's not always about the business work. I don't care. You know, you could tell somebody, do this and do that, and you can podcast and you can do this and you can whatever thing that they want to do. At the end of the day, at some point, they themselves have to step up. And it's the work that they have to do in order to step up to make those changes in their business, in their life, in whatever else they're doing that they are afraid of doing. That's the bottom. It's not because I don't want to coach because, you know, I don't know how to market. I don't know how to do this. Most of the time, it's always inner work. It's always that inner journey that you have to go through. And people don't want to step up because they don't want to have to deal with that. And sometimes they don't. Right, they blame the coaches, and sometimes they don't believe that they have to do inner work to do their business because they think it's separate, and it's not.
And you're
separate.
I'm sorry about that, Georgette.
No,
and you're exactly right, Georgette.
Yeah,
with the lady that Audrey was just talking about. To me, when you just told me just listen from the story, it wasn't nothing about that's her confidence. Her confidence isn't great because if it was, no matter what anyone says, mother, father, it don't matter. If you believe in what you believe in, then you gonna move forward. Period. So I just think her confidence level wasn't there. That's what I personally think, just from what you told
about the bear
commitment or her commitment. I think it was a confidence thing and a commitment because what we do, we all know what we do. As a matter of fact, what do we do? Let's do a quick introduction. What we do. People don't even know what we do. Okay, so we're gonna start with Ebony. What we do. This is what we do. Start, Ed. Tell them what you do.
Yes. Hey, y'all. Good. Grand Rising. I'm Ebony Caldwell, also known as Coach Ebony, and I am a certified life coach focusing on self-improvement and self-awareness, speaking life into yourself. I am also a professional, motivational, and keynote speaker. So I help people help themselves and fill their cup to the brim so then they can graciously pour into others, because the last thing you need is trying to help someone or get advice from someone whose mindset isn't clear, who hasn't, healed, and not completely from trauma, but just healed and moved forward. That's the last person you need to get advice from. So before you can go help others, help yourself first.
All right, go ahead. Next person.
My name is Georgette Taylor. Besides being the vice president of Good Morning Gwinnett, I'm saying Good Morning Gwinnett. Oh my God! See, this is the show. Okay, y'all. So I'm looking at the GMG.
GWC.
Gwinnett Women's Chamber. I am also a EFT tapping practitioner. I am also a coach. I kind of do tandem stuff with Ebony, and I also utilize a card deck that I created called the IMUR card deck. I call it the I Am method, and it is about helping you to speak positively about yourself, to be present, and to also be open to receiving, because a lot of times we're not open to receiving amazing things that are said about us. So my company is Dynamic Life Enterprise, and it's a life empowerment company, and I utilize my card decks, my EFT tapping to coach people through their own inner journey and inner growth with self-love and self-esteem. That's right.
I love it.
And I'm an author. Just so. I just wrote a book, right? Exactly. Called EFT for Business Growth. So I use EFT tapping to help me grow my business, to help me to be on live, to be talking to people, to help do those things that people have fears and phobias and anxiety and stress about.
All right.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Letitia Smith, and I am the CEO and owner of Premier Tax and Business Solutions. And our focus is working with small to mid-sized businesses in all areas finance. We work with you to help you figure out if you want to start a business, what kind of business, what that looks like, to help you understand the financial component on what it takes to run that business with taxes, bookkeeping, accounting, and payroll. I am the treasurer for the Gwinnett Women's Chamber, and I am also a new author of a book called So You Think You Want to Be a Boss? And emphasis on the word think, because, what I have realized in over 20 years of being an entrepreneur, roughly 11 years owning my own company, is that we have our own ideas of what being a boss looks like until we actually do become the boss and we learn, whoa, this is not what I thought. And hence, that's why the book, I decided to write the book. It is available on my website and also now on Amazon. So please check it out. Check out the website, see what we're all about. We're here to help you. And again, Letitia Smith.
So you know who I am, just in case you don't. I'm Audrey Bell Kearney. I'm the host of the Good Morning Gwinnett morning show. And normally we're on Monday. I'm on Monday through Thursday live, just audio. The Friday Morning Mingle is a new addition to the Good Morning Gwinnett show. Had some technical difficulties. Normally we're going to be coming on at 10 o'clock every Friday morning, except for the first Friday, which is 9 o'clock. So be sure to put that on your calendar. Don't forget it. And then after that is every Friday morning at 10 a.m. We wanted to do the Friday Morning Mingle because, as you can see, we are from diverse backgrounds and we have a lot to share. A lot of us collectively, I'm sure, have about probably 70 years of experience collectively together.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
At least.
I said together collectively. We all come from somewhere different, we all come from different backgrounds. We all do different things, but we have all been on this journey of entrepreneurship for quite some time. And we want to be able to let you take a look into our lives and hear what we do to sustain this, because a lot of times this is not easy, right? Mm-hmm. So you think you want to be an entrepreneur. Do you really? Do you really want to be a boss?
Okay.
Right, really. So, you might want to buy that book, and unfortunately, next we're gonna put it in Amazon because we had some problems. But it'll be in the carriage next weekend, next Friday, because you think you want to be a boss, right? And we tell you, I told stories last time. This is not always easy, but I really couldn't see myself doing anything else. It has been challenging, but the freedom that I get from being my own boss has been nothing but amazing. I think of the times where my mom had breast cancer twice. And I remember she had to do radiation for 33 straight days, like straight. Like we went to the radiation for 33 days in a row.
Mm.
If I had had a job, that would have been a no-brainer. That would have been a no. It would have been, you have to come to work. We understand it's your mother, but we need you to come to work. I didn't have to face that. So I was able to be it. I think I might have missed one of those days. My brother went one day, but for 32 of those days, I was there. And I think I missed it because I had a meeting. So doing what we do is not always easy. It comes with a lot of challenges. It comes with a lot of commitment. It comes with a lot of ups and downs, but I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I've tried to do other things that did not, that I had to trade time for dollars, and it just doesn't work for me. You know, I know that's a network marketing term. You're trading time for dollars.
No.
That is actually,
Yeah, it is. Yes, yes,
I
it
like
is.
that. You heard it first on the Friday Morning Mango.
The first today, probably.
First day.
So you know, we do a plethora of things here. We're excited. What Ebony didn't tell y'all is that she's a fashion designer.
Yes, yes.
And she has a line coming out.
I
You
do.
know, and so and I know, you know, a lot of times, you know, people in the past, I don't think people say this anymore. I remember in the past, if you did more than one thing, you were scattered, right? Oh my God, you're doing two. Now you see people like, if you ain't got 7 streams, you don't have 7 streams of income, you don't have enough. You know, the
Like,
problem with that is, and,
I'm a bean.
right, the problem with that is,
Yes.
to do them at one time. So you know, we believe in multiple streams of income. We try not to do them all at once, not all 7, because we could.
We're very strategic in what we do and how we do it. And one of the reasons why we're able to have multiple streams a lot of times is because we support one another. You know,
Yes.
let's not forget that. One of the great things, and I've loved this, and we've all have said this about being a part of the Gwinnett Women's Chamber, is that we are in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. You know, so a lot of times, not only do we support and patronize each other's businesses, but you have that camaraderie. You have that person that you're like, girl, I'm having a bad day. I just need to vent. You know, you have a conversation, or you have that accountability partner instead of that pulling your coattail, as someone says. And that's a great thing, you know, because a lot of times we get caught up in our own head because of whatever it is that we're dealing with, and that can actually cause you to spiral. And then you're going to Georgette, so she can show you some tapping techniques to get yourself together. And you're on Ebony's couch, and then she's sitting there beating into your head. You're beautiful. You're fabulous. You're wonderful. You can do it.
You're amazing.
All those things. But again, the great thing is that we have these resources right at our fingertips. And it
fingertips. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Like,
And
little tapping thing. Sorry.
There you have it. No, seriously, and it helps us when we having those moments where we're feeling defeated. You know, so again, I can't say it enough. You know, being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's definitely rewarding, but you have to be plugged in with the right people to help you. And notice I said right. Your family is not going to do it for you if they don't have the same mindset that you do. Your friends are not going to do it for you to have the right mindset. Even those that you were in the sandbox together are not going to do it for you. And that is okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're no longer friends of yours. It doesn't mean that you're no longer be with your family. It just means that the relationship is just different. And it's okay. It really is okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's key. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Well, yeah.
No, go ahead.
And also, I think that's key to what you said. You know, is that to understand that even though people are your friends and your family, and that you're growing in a different way in a different space, that it's okay. Because I think a lot of times people don't feel that it's okay for them. You know, they're afraid to take that step sometimes, and they're afraid to make those moves because they don't want to leave people behind. And and the thing is, you don't necessarily have to leave them behind. You just have a different relationship with them.
Right.
And I think that was really key what you said, is just to know that that's part of growth in anything, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to train to be a doctor or a lawyer, whatever. You're always, if you're doing that, you're going to grow in a certain way. But the people who are surrounding you and the people who, you know, your family and your friends, you can still have relationships with them. So you don't have to give that up. Just know that when it comes time to have those conversations, you have to have different friends. You have to have other people who are in that space, you know what I mean, to help you understand, you know, the struggles and the challenges, and also, you know, the celebration of you moving forward in doing things that you do. So thank you for sharing that, because I think a lot of people are hesitant because they don't want to leave their friends behind, but you can't bring anybody forward unless they want to move forward. And, and a lot of times you have to move yourself forward in order to even go back and get other people to move forward. So,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like, you have to move that way. And because it's your time, is what is called for you, you know, for things to happen for you. So you have to take that and you have to move that forward. And, but also know that, you know, your friends and your family, if they're going to be there, they're going to be there regardless, you know, and if some can't come with you, then that's unfortunately, that's how it is. But you don't have to just disconnect. I think a lot of times energy will disconnect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things will just happen,
That's
and things will fall by the wayside. So don't be afraid, you know, to think that you're going to leave them behind, or things are going to change. They are going to change, but you can still maintain friendships with people that you've known for years. You can still do that if that's what you choose to do. So don't make that a reason for you not to use your purpose and your vision and your passion to move forward and create a you know, a life for yourself that you really want.
I have two friends that I've been friends with since I was 14, and one since I
Mm-hmm.
was 16, and we're still friends today. Here's
Yep.
the thing though, we're different. We're grown up,
Mm-hmm.
we're grown as women. Let me just
Right.
say that,
That's right.
right? We have different lifestyles, but when we get together, we have a ball,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And in that type of way. It's no business being taught because I'm pretty much the real only solid business one in the bunch. Like one of them has a side hustle, but I'm in here every day doing this. So, but when we get together, we have a great time, and it's about, old stuff that happened back in 1985 and 87 and 99. That's what it's about, and we have a ball
99 to the
doing it
2000.
to the 2000s, baby. Yes. So that's what it's about. So, but we understand that that's where we are in our
Mm-hmm.
lives, and so we love each
Right.
other, and we know that, you know what, and when it's time for one of us to do something, the other one's jumping in there. Like, I had a magazine launch one time, and two of them flew down here to the magazine launch. One, whatever I do, one is always there no matter what. One never shows up to anything, right? I don't see her until I go to Jersey. But I have two that will travel. And if all I gotta do is say, hey, come, they will come. The other one's never gonna come. She never comes, and it's okay. I had to make peace with that. Like, she never shows up to anything I do, right? And I had to make peace with that. She's just
Mm-hmm.
not gonna show up for me like that. And that's okay. Right. But the other two, and one of them will come to anything and have always supported everything I've done. And then the other one does the same. One won't do anything. She won't support anything, which is crazy. And I'm okay with that. We have a different type of
Yeah.
friendship. In my mind, okay, so that's who she is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the grown-up version of her. She makes me laugh like nobody makes me laugh. I'm cracking up half the time.
Ebony,
And
what are you
for
doing?
me, that's valuable. What you doing over there, Ebony?
I know. She's just
I'm,
falling.
I,
She's just falling all off the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait a
What
minute.
is that going on?
You know, it's funny. It's like, yeah, it's like, watch
But
this.
listen, y'all,
Don't watch none of that. None of that's happening over there.
and
Right?
we're not gonna cut it. It's a blooper. It's in there. Let me tell you something. So I have a client every
I
other
love
Monday.
it.
She does a show, and she's a pastor, right? So I don't know what I was thinking, but my phone fell the other day. Like the last episode, which was 2 weeks ago, the phone fell, and I went to go do like this, right, and realized I had dropped completely out of the frame. And I know she was probably thinking, "What is she doing?" And I have to look, and I come. It was crazy. But and it was like I just did it. It wasn't even me thinking about. It's like, okay, my phone fell. Let me get it. And I'm like, and then I realized I'm completely out of the frame. And I know the poor woman was like, "What is she doing over there?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" Because it wasn't my like this is our show, right? So I'm okay, but that's a client show. I'm like, "Oh
That's
my god!"
funny.
She
That
didn't
is
say
funny.
anything, but I was like, "Oh my
But this
god!"
what
Like,
happens when you do live, girl. You know,
Yeah. You never know.
I do my podcast. I do my In the Doll World podcast, right? And uh, yeah, we've had some amazing people on, and but doing live for me with that show is just I just don't want to do that. You know, I just don't want to do that. But I think doing live has its own challenges. I mean, it's great, but it does have its own challenges. I think a lot of times you will do something and you will forget that literally everybody's watching you when you do this. You know what I mean? Like you can be talking, but you just sometimes go back into like your normal life and you're like, oh, you want to do something and realize, everybody's looking at me right now, you know? So it just need to, all I say is keep your pants on. That's all I'm saying, please. Okay, whatever you do. Keep your pants on.
Please. And listen, we about to go on book tour. Where's our first stop on book tour? Not outside of Georgia. Where we going? Because I want to know what some good places to hang out. Where's our first stop?
I want to say it's Alabama.
What about in Alabama? Because hey, shout out to Alabama. We're coming your way, baby. Where?
Birmingham, I believe is one, and I think we had another spot we were looking into, but I know it's definitely Birmingham. That's in August. That's the end of August in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Birmingham. Listen, we are the lady. The Influence Her tour is coming to Birmingham. We want to know where is some places we can kind of hang out, get good food, get good vibes in Birmingham. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Birmingham, if you in the house, if you're watching right now, where can we go in Birmingham? We'll be there in August. Mm-hmm. We want to come out and patronize your business. We want to see what you guys do in Birmingham. Right. I've never been there, so this is a first for me. So listen, let us know. We'll be there. Shout out to you, Chattanooga. Davis Wayne. We coming to your house, baby. Davis Wayne said, come on in. We coming to Davis Wayne in Chattanooga. We will be there in September. So Davis Wayne, thank you for hosting us. We'll be at Davis Wayne doing our book signing. Also, the Barnes & Noble. Listen, shout out to Barnes & Noble.
Hey,
both open up their arms and their homes. So say, come on in. So we're gonna be on book tour starting in August. We're gonna be in Birmingham. Then we're gonna be in Chattanooga. What's the next stop on the train? So October.
I think it's Decatur, Alabama. Supposed to be at the end of. I mean, in the middle of September.
Yeah, and then I think
October. We were thinking about Liberia.
Liberia, listen, we're coming. Listen, I'm trying to get everybody want to get these shots, Liberia. Let me tell you, that's the hang up. The shots. People like, oh my God, I got to Liberia.
It's like 20 of them.
Oh my God, Ebony. Ebony's not helping that right now. She's not helping.
I think my book may be traveling before me.
I hate needles.
I don't think I can do that one. 20? Oh no, I don't know.
Did you look it up? Are you just saying that?
No, it's like 8 or 10 of them, but that's still a lot for me.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the books along.
Tisha, you gonna put your big girl panties on. We're gonna be in Liberia together.
That's right. Get her.
Y'all gonna hold me down and scrap me up and just baby.
We're gonna sedate you. We're gonna tell the doctor, listen, give us a sedation so you can go ahead and get these shots. We need her to sit still and get these shots. Listen, Liberia, we're coming. We have a great opportunity. I'm excited about. I've been trying to get to Africa forever. And so opportunity has presented itself, and we're looking forward to coming over there and talking to some of the women in business there, to seeing how we can support each other, how we can do business beyond borders. That's exciting for me, because we live in America, so we have access to a lot. But we don't have access to Liberia unless we got boots on the ground. We're gonna be boots on the ground, baby. Shots and all, we're coming. So Chattanooga, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama,
Texas,
Houston. Shout out. Listen, my friend Latanya Moore. Shout out to Latanya Moore in Houston. She has given me a rundown of places. She gave me so many. I'm like, oh God. She did tell me about a really beautiful bed and breakfast though, but I don't think it's gorgeous. But the owner was like a little bit hesitant. She's like, how many people is going to be? I'm like, ma'am, I don't know how many people are going to show up to the book signing. There's going to be 6 of us staying at the bed and breakfast. But I kind of figure that may not be a good spot for us because the Tanya said her group rolled deep. So I could see 50 people coming up in that woman bed and breakfast. She's like, get out.
And it's going to be more than 6 of us because remember, we might have some people with us that
true.
Travel with us.
Yeah, that's true.
Going there.
That's
so
true.
We may be rolling up in there, 15 deep ourselves.
That's true.
I'm just saying by the time we get to that. Houston? Oh, yeah.
We come in Houston. Yes. I've heard good things about Houston. I've never been to Houston either. I've been to Dallas.
Houston's nice.
I've never been to Texas, period. So never been to so
Texas is big.
Texas is big. I lived there for 16 years. So.
Yeah, this is big.
I remember when Georgette first got ready to move. Listen to this. Georgette, you remember this story? So Georgette was moving from New Jersey to Texas, right? So just for you who don't
from New York, just so you
New
know,
Jersey.
I gotta always say I'm in
But
New
well,
York.
she was in Jersey by then. Shout out to New York, but she was already in Jersey when she was moving here to go to Texas. So in Texas, so Jersey is known as the Garden State, which means it's a lot of trees and it's a lot of greenery, right? We go to Texas to look for her house. So she and her husband and me, I'm a tag along. We go to look for the house. So it's this one house that she see, and it has this tree, and the tree has been held up by some strings and a stick, and it costs more than all of the houses in the subdivision. And I'm looking, and the tree was falling down. So I said, well, why does this house cost more than the other houses? And the realtor said, because it has a tree. And I said,
are you serious?
Yes. And the tree was being held up by a stick and some string. And I'm like, you call that a tree? Well, apparently the tree's gonna grow into shade and it's Texas. Yes. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yes. And Texas gets hot.
Yeah. More right. Yeah, you have more greenery in around the area because a lot of things, like it's flat. You know what I mean? It's just not as green as it is, in New Jersey or
in the Garden State,
or upstate New York or something like that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. New York ain't got no greenery.
Yes, we do. Well, probably true.
I call it the concrete jungle. That's what I call
it. That's what Jay-Z called it. New York.
Yeah. Look at her. Look at she stuck that in there somewhere.
Yeah, I said it. I had to throw it out there. Jay-Z said, him and Alicia said, you could do it. Listen, if you can make it here, you can
concrete
make it
jungle where dreams are made of. Yep.
There's nothing you can't do.
I love New York, but whatever.
You should. That's your home.
I know.
That's your home. You should love New York. But anyway, listen. Maybe we need to listen. Maybe we need to go to New York. Maybe we need to go to Jersey. I didn't even put them on the calendar.
I know.
I'm so used to going to them. That was like, I want to go to Chicago though. I've never gone to Chicago before.
I would like to go to Chicago.
I was in Chicago actually a few weeks ago. Remember when I went out of town?
Yeah, right for the holidays again.
Yes. It was Chicago. It just, it's one of those things when you're going somewhere, you really need about a good week of vacation.
You do.
Yes.
The day before and the day after, and at least about 4 days in between. We just didn't have enough time. It was like a 2-3 day trip. We didn't have enough time to do everything that we wanted to do, but we had a great time. It just wasn't enough to really get out and see all of Chicago that we wanted. We did have the deep dish pizza.
Nice.
I'm going to say the place that we went to, it was okay, but it wasn't what I was expecting. I did get the Garrett popcorn.
Oh,
we did go to Michigan. I think it was like Michigan Avenue or whatever it's called, where they have all the nice shops at. So we did do a few things, but not as much as we would like because we just didn't have the time.
Okay, all right.
So maybe Chicago will be on our stop too. So right now, y'all, we're going on book tour. Decatur, Georgia is our first stop on the tour. Alabama is our second stop on the tour. Chattanooga, Tennessee is our third stop on the tour. Liberia is our fourth stop on the tour. North Carolina and South Carolina is our fifth stop on the tour. So that leaves us open. So I'm thinking maybe San Antonio. I've never gone to San Antonio.
San Antonio is really nice.
It's pretty nice.
I heard it's very nice.
Really nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can do San Antonio. I don't know how far that is from Houston. That's probably like
a couple of hours. No, about maybe 1 hour or 2 hours.
That's not bad.
It's not that far. I don't think.
My cousin lived in San Antonio, so he left Albany, Georgia, and moved to San Antonio. He's like, "Cuz," this is how he talk. Cuz, listen. I love it here. That's how he talk. Shout out to Michael Wayne out there in San Antonio. He's one of my favorite cousins. He's the one that keeps in touch with me out of all my cousins, all of them. He's the one that I talk to the absolute most, which is unbelievable, but he is. And I got a bunch of girl cousins. I never really talk to them. But Michael Wayne and his family, his wife Amy, and his 11 children. Shout out to Michael Wayne.
Woo, honey.
Yeah. Michael Wayne is he ain't a Rolling Stone. He got a lot of them kids by Amy. But anyway, he's in San Antonio and he said he loves it out there. And he's so nice, y'all. Like y'all gotta meet him. Like we go to San Antonio, he makes you laugh. So he has a business. His business, he's a clown. He's called Sir Mackey. And he does that thing. And when he was in Albany, he had a expedition that was Pepto-Bismol pink. And all you had to do was say, you know, Sir Mackey. They like the man to drive that pink expedition. Like, yep, that's him. But now he's out in Texas. He's in San Antonio. He said he loves it out there. So
it's
he and
nice.
his
San
family
Antonio
love
is
it.
really
And,
cool.
he's
It's
one of my
nice.
favorite cousins. He's the one that keeps in contact with me all the time. So shout out to Wayne. I call him Wayne. When I say the whole name, he's like, you said my whole name, cuz my whole name, Michael Wayne. So San Antonio, we may be coming your way. So my daughter sent me this. Okay, I want y'all to look this up because it's in Utah. It's called Amangiri, Amangiri, right? She said, this is beautiful. We should go. $4,300 a night. Should we go? Should we go there?
Did she look at the price before she sent it to you?
Yes, Ebony. She looked.
Oh, okay. I mean, I will say this. You know, we are millionaires in the making. You know, so nothing is a no for us at this point. It may not be a right now, but it definitely
is helping us get our mindset right to this $4,300 a month, because mine is definitely not there yet.
Right, we can, but
millionaire not.
Because you're looking at where we are now.
That's on our vision board.
That's
on our vision board.
That's what I'm saying. It very well can be, you know, on our vision board for something that we want to do later on. Because, honey, please, we get to the point to where we're making multiple $1 million a year, like that's our goal. We'd be like $4,300. All right, yeah, I'm gonna let my assistant book and you let your assistant book. Where are we going? You know, so that'll be the conversation. Where are we going? That's just now. I am telling you.
I can't wait to see that happen, because for me, I don't know if I'm paying $4,300 to go sleep in the bed and put my foot in some salt water. I'm just not.
That's because you're still thinking about what your bank account says now.
No. I'm not thinking about what my bank account says. I'm just thinking about, why would I want to pay $4,300 to sleep?
It might be the best rest you've ever had in your life.
Well, $4,300, it's gonna be okay.
Well, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing that. You know, I'm gonna want to spend $4,300 to go and soak in some Epsom salt in the mountains where you don't see nothing but coyotes. So I'm just gonna see.
Never say never is all I'm gonna say. You know, it may be.
Well, that's great.
Never. I said I'm looking forward to see if I'm gonna want to do that.
I'm glad she shared it. We can take a look at it.
Exactly.
Like, we should go there. I was like, oh, okay.
That could be a mother-daughter trip. That could be a good mother-daughter trip.
Did I mute? Because I don't hear anybody. Did I just do something?
No. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Say something.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
What did I do?
He don't know.
No, I didn't do something. Hold on. Wait a minute.
But we can hear you.
Turned off something. Hold on. I hear y'all now. Turn the speakers off.
Okay. You tell the speakers off?
I turned the speaker off some kind of way. I couldn't hear nothing. I saw your mouth moving. Anyway, listen.
We heard you. Your mic was definitely on. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so funny because Letitia, Ebony, Georgia, they always talk about mindset. Listen, y'all. I'm a little rough around the edges if y'all haven't figured that out yet. For me, and I could be a little cheap sometimes too. So probably gonna figure that out.
We all have our moments. Okay.
So they're always they're gonna be talking about mindset a lot, and they're gonna have to help me because I just want to go to the buffet and eat crabs. I don't need to pay them. No, I'm just saying, I'm just real regular. Like,
well, you're gonna love it if we go up north. She gonna love it if we do the book tour up north, because the crabs and the seafood, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. You're gonna love it.
Now listen.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You told me about that. Yeah.
No, she'll do crab and seafood all day long. She just ain't really branching away too far from the crab and the seafood.
Yeah, that's so true.
I know.
She will not, Letitia. She will not.
But I'll definitely pay the money for a place. If there's a place and it's expensive, but it's like extremely luxurious, I'll spend the money.
Well, I guess you're gonna be going to Amangiri.
Not now, but I'm with Letitia. Like we're millionaires in the maker. We are multimillionaires. So I'm with Letitia. I'll be there too. As long as it fits what I want, I'll do it.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Let's just not say no right now. Let's say no. Maybe.
I'm looking forward to the day that I can just drop 4,300 a night on the desert
and be okay. And be okay with it, right?
Well, when you put it that way, I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not a desert fan. So I'm not a fan.
I'm not a desert fan either, but
you know, it has its own beauty, though. You know, it really
it's beautiful.
It really
it's in the desert, though. It's just there by itself in the desert. So listen, Georgia, I asked Dominique. I said, "Is it next to Skinwalker Ranch?"
Oh no! Don't do that. Girl, I've been watching that thing freaking out. Okay,
you know Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah. Like, is it close to Skinwalker? Because I ain't going. If it is, y'all know me. I'm. So
I never heard of that.
They got some vortexes going up over there. Let me tell you.
Tell us what Skinwalker is because we don't know
my God. Okay, are they gonna? This is the advertising for them. Hold on. No.
Yeah, well, that's because it's been 55 minutes. I think it's an hour, right? Are we on here for an hour?
Nah, we good. They better not cut me off. I pay for this.
And then, it's you know, it's a thing about. It's kind of like
they're trying to be. It's got some.
What is that like? It's about
kind of
aliens or something like that, or like things that are supposed to be up there on the ranch, and it's so pretty good though. No, for real, it's really good.
So I asked Dominique, is it close to Skinwalker? Because you know me, like if you say something bad happened, so Georgette went on a cruise, right? Her brother took on a cruise. And I said, tell Georgie.
Shout out to my brother Georgie. Yay.
Shout out to Georgie, the best brother ever. I said, Georgie, he didn't have to pay for me to come on the cruise. I wouldn't have went anyway, though, because y'all going to Bermuda.
I know, right? We did go to Bermuda.
I ain't going nowhere that's got these histories of ghosts and sinkings.
And vortexes.
I ain't taking a chance. Lake Lanier. My brother called, I'm going on a boat ride on Lake Lanier. I said, boy, you better not get on that boat. He goes, why? You don't understand Lake Lanier? Lake Lanier has a whole movie coming out, though, for real.
Oh, really?
Really?
It's a movie coming out. I ain't gonna.
And what they talking about in the movie?
They talking about Lake Lanier. You never heard the story?
I heard the story, girl. I was like, you lying to me.
I never did because I'm just.
I ain't going on Lake
Foster
Lanier.
is actually trying to petition to drain the lake
and clean it
in honor of her.
Drain it and get rid of the water.
Yeah, in honor of her son.
Yeah.
Well, they drained it. I don't think they want to see what's under in there. They don't want.
We know what's under there, but they don't want that to come out. They really do not want.
Well, they didn't want this to come out. They didn't want that to come out, but I mean, it's history, so it's gonna come out.
Yeah, it is.
You know, they have a way of burying history or rewriting it.
Rewriting it.
Or not writing it at all.
Right. So, and that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole conversation.
Right now, we're trying to be politically correct because we want you to subscribe to this show.
So thank you.
Yes, please and thank you. And go check out our books on Amazon.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put my shot in. My book right here is on Amazon, y'all. So let's get it. It's a journal. Absolutely amazing.
There it is.
This is me.
Listen, look at there. I don't have mine yet.
I don't have mine yet either, right?
It's on Amazon though. That's the thing.
It's on Amazon. You got something to say? Start a podcast. It's on Amazon.
Yeah, and if y'all in Georgia, we do have a meet and greet and a book signing in what part of Georgia is that this next Friday?
Lawrenceville,
Georgia.
21st.
And you'll see us live and get a signed book and have some hors d'oeuvres and drinks on us.
Right. How about that?
All for the cost of one book per author.
Right.
That's it.
You got about one per author though.
Right.
Yeah.
6 of us. So bring enough. That's about $120 you need to bring.
That's all. That's all. That's it.
We may give out discounts, but it depends on what time you get there.
What?
The event starts at 7. Be on time. Mm-hmm. Listen, this is what Friday morning. Listen, this is what we're gonna be doing on Friday morning mingle. So, and this was actually hilarious. And there's 6 of us, so the other 2 may jump on next time. So,
yeah,
just know. And we may have guests. We may have guests too, y'all. So we may bring in other folks.
Subject a guest to that. Yes, great.
Yes.
So keep yourselves open for all this good energy every Friday morning. Yes,
absolutely. And shout out to Lucretia Key and Bridget Hayes, the other 2 authors that is a part of it. What is that?
She got us on the phone.
She got us up.
Where are we? What's that? Facebook?
Yes.
Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And we will be streaming live next week on Amazon.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
There you go.
Coming to a city near you.
Coming to a city near you. The Influencer Tour. Stay tuned. All right, guys.
All right.
Our hour is up. Any parting words before we say goodbye to the people?
Have a great weekend. Yeah. Do something that puts a smile on your face this weekend. It doesn't have to cost a thing. It actually doesn't cost a thing to smile. So do something that's going to put a smile on your face this weekend and just be happy, gracious, grateful, and humble, that we get to be above earth, and any choice and decision that we make, we are in control of that. So that's my piece.
Yes.
Hey,
and I'm sending it.
Yep, that's great. And you guys be marvelous, okay?
That's your word for the day. Your word for the day is marvelous.
Marvelous. Okay. Be marvelous.
And I'm sending everybody prosperity and abundance and all good things that you do.
All right. Letitia, when your podcast coming out?
Which one? I actually have two.
She sure do. Get it, Letitia.
The one that you come on live alone.
It's going to actually be up next Friday. Friday, and it's called Let's Talk About It with Letitia. Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is, y'all. Let's talk about it with Letitia. All right, listen. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Friday Morning Mingle brought to you by Good Morning Gwinnett. I'll be back again on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to that show live Monday through Thursday. Get me live in person with the music. I play the music. You want to know your horoscope?
I know the horoscope.
We bring the
I love it.
Michael Thiason. He tells you what your stars are saying for the week. So be sure to tune in. We'll be back again next Friday, same time, same place. You guys stay safe out there. Have a wonderful weekend. And until next time, our friends, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Have a good weekend.
Thank you for tuning in to the Friday Morning Mingle. If you enjoyed this episode of the show, be sure to subscribe to the show on your favorite streaming platform. If you would like to join a community of women who mean business, we invite you to become a member of the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce by going to www.gwinnettwomenschamber.com, or to become a member of the Thrive Tribe, go to www.thrivetribe.biz. Tune in next week for another great episode of the Friday Morning Mingle at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.